Good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have three very familiar individuals who I absolutely call them my friends now because I love them so much. I'm talking about Tacoma Concert Band, and I'm definitely talking about Robert Morris. Good morning, Maestro.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
I am well, and how are you?
Fantastic.
Good to see you. Of course, as I said, you are Maestro of Tacoma Concert Band, and you just turned 50. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
My goodness. I mean, I'm like, when you said 50 in the green room, I'm like, you don't look 50. I guess this look is the new 50, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely it is. You brought with you, once again, the amazing Lisa Cepeda. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
You are the marketing and social media principal. You are also, marketing and social media, and then you are the principal percussionist of Tacoma Concert Band, and you're also a private eye in your spare time.
Yes.
You know, whenever I think about robbing a bank, I think, well, Lisa would catch me, so there we go. You brought with you Mr. Morris Northcutt. Hello, Morris.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You are board president, a lofty position to have. You are also the principal trumpet player at Tacoma Concert Band, and some amazing socks. Put your foot up. Come on. Just a little. There it is. Hold still. Argyles. Love a man in Argyles. So, Lisa, when we think about a concert band compared to an orchestra, we know that there is an element of strings that either happens or doesn't happen. Give us a difference of what we're looking at, because we know when people sit there, they think, wait a minute, is this a band or is it an orchestra?
Sure. So at the orchestra, it's predominantly strings, but a full orchestra is also going to have wind instruments. So when you think of a concert band, you can think of the wind section as the expanded version of what's in an orchestra. So in an orchestra, you know, again, the sound is predominantly the strings, but the winds are there to provide harmonical support as well as add color to the timbre of the strings. When you think about a concert band, and with Tacoma Concert Band, we're a 60-piece ensemble. You can kind of compare it to like a pipe organ, a large pipe organ, okay? So in order to get sound out of a pipe organ, you have to have air going through each pipe. With a wind band or a Tacoma Concert Band, same thing has to happen with all the instruments with the exception of percussion. The brass and the woodwinds have to use air to get the sound out. And it's actually pretty amazing because you think, again, as a pipe organ, they're pressing a few keys and you have these different tones across the band, you know, high-pitched, low-pitched, medium-pitched. And we're all working like, you know, just pressing keys, and we're all getting these sounds out at the same time. So that's the major difference. You know, the orchestra, you're going to hear predominantly strings with harmonical or support from the winds, whereas we're kind of like a pipe organ with a full concert band.
Well said. You know, I've sat in the audience and had the pleasure of enjoying your concerts. And one of the things that strikes me about the concerts is they're very intimate. Intimate enough for me to be able to pick out an instrument and then to email you and say, what was that instrument? And then to get this great answer. So in addition to being entertaining and majestic and melodious, it's also educational. I don't always get that with an orchestra because I'm so I think overwhelmed sometimes by the sound, but with a concert band, the purity is unparalleled to me. We have some pictures we're going to show here of the concert band. As I asked Mr. Gerard there, Tacoma Concert Band does a Sousa-themed concert every other year. It's kind of like a leap year type thing. So first off, what is a Sousa concert for people who don't know what Sousa is?
Well, this is after John Philip Sousa,
yes,
the March King and the greatest composer in the United States has ever known. So a Sousa concert is something that John Philip Sousa put together with professional group. And hey, there's Amanda. Excellent. And so a Sousa concert is all about variety and entertainment and fun. It's fast-paced, it's fast-moving, and it includes just a lot of different types of music. You'll hear transcriptions that are written for band from the orchestral realm. You'll hear traditional band literature that was actually written for band. You'll have soloists. There'll be love songs. There'll be, fast, energetic music as well. So, and it moves really fast. And of course, needless to say, it's a Sousa concert. So what would a Sousa concert be without marches? So there'll also be a number of marches that are performed.
I love that. And as I said, I know that you have a background in marching bands. And so you put your own personal spin on this, since you're the one that kind of gets to choreograph what's played. So give us just one piece that we're going to remember that we can think about.
Well, I did a lot of research with the Sousa programs, and so I'm replicating the same style and the same energy as a Sousa concert would have, with maybe a few deviations from there. But I mean, there's a lot to remember on this concert. We'll come right out of the gate after the national anthem and perform a tour de force transcription of Wagner's Tannhäuser overture, and it's big and epic and really wonderful. I think that one of the highlights for me are our soloists. We're going to feature 3 different soloists on this program, which will include Bill Dyer playing the fantastic polka on trombone. We'll also have an amazing mezzo-soprano, Elizabeth Galaffa, who's just had her premiere with the Seattle Opera this past year.
Nice.
Singing 2 arias from Carmen. It's amazing. She's just insane. At rehearsal last night, we all jaws on the floor.
Yeah, I bet.
Amazing. And then, of course, we'll also be featuring Morris, Northcutt, on the Carnival of Venice in variations, really virtuosic. So there's a lot to remember.
And what you've just said, I mean, I want our audience to know that when you buy a ticket and sit down, there's so much that this band gives you. I don't know a lot of orchestras that consistently bring in guest artists. Your Christmas concert was amazing.
Thank you.
And it was just so entertaining. And I can close my eyes and remember all the little kids just squiggling in their seats. And I thought to myself, there's such an education going on here that attracts families and children to music. And speaking of that, you have a special deal with kids, don't you?
Oh, yeah. So all young people 18 and under are free, free admission to every concert all the time. So it's a great deal to be able to come and experience everything that we have to offer, as you very eloquently have articulated. It's an experience. It's a special group of people on that stage, and they are volunteers.
Thank you.
And they work just like they're professional musicians. It's a thrill. It's a thrill. Yeah.
Speaking of a thrill there, Mr. Morris, I follow you on Instagram. I see all of your travels. I see your beautiful wife and your 2 children. I don't know how you balance all that out in addition to being the board president. But now, in addition to that, you're going to do a solo. No pressure.
I know. I'm looking forward to it, though. It's something I've wanted to play for a long time, the Carnival of Venice. It was performed by, actually was written by Arbans, John Baptiste Arban, but it was performed with the Sousa Band. It was quite a popular piece. It's virtuosic, like Gerard mentioned. It's something I've just wanted to do for a long time. Quite entertaining, theme and variation, and I'm spending a lot of time working on that piece. It's quite challenging, but fun. I'm really looking for it. And the band sounds fabulous.
Oh, I bet.
So does Morris.
Morris. Morris, tell us about the Robert Musser Fellowship and what does it do?
Sure. Last year, the board of directors decided to seed a program, a new program, and we had a small ad hoc committee to look into what would be most impactful in the community and the music community. And what we found is that we created the Tacoma Concert Band Robert Musser Conducting Fellowship Program, where we select one talented 1st through 6th year conductor that's currently conducting to be mentored and really taught by Gerard himself all year long. And they'll get a small stipend as well for materials and whatnot. But our deadline is quickly approaching. And so I'd love Gerard to tell you a little bit more in detail about that program, but it's fantastic.
Gerard, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, great.
No pressure.
Well, the program is really outstanding, and I really applaud the board for creating this fellowship to enhance the education for young teachers. We all know that the first 5 years or 6 years of teaching can be pretty tumultuous. And a lot of times, even though you may have a really strong undergraduate education, there are just still some things you're going to learn on the job. And when you have a mentor that can be there to bounce ideas off of, or to get suggestions or advice, it's really beneficial. So this fellowship is a year-long fellowship. There is a stipend for professional travel to enhance their musical knowledge. In addition, they'll be receiving regular private lessons with me in conducting technique and score study. I'll also be revisiting their school to give them on-site visits to observe their teaching and give them feedback, and also just to get together for dinner once in a while and talk about life, because that's really important.
That's a musical lottery right there. That's exactly a lottery. Last 30 seconds here. Who do we need to thank, Morris?
Well, always our donors, our band members who are just spending hours working on the challenging music that we have. Of course, all of the sponsors. In this particular cycle, we want to celebrate our 40 for 40 campaign donors.
Yes.
And we have many of those as well. They'll be acknowledged in the program, but we really thank them too.
Yeah, I want to thank the three of you. It is not lost on me the amount of time that you put into this band. Each of you have your own lives outside of this, and yet when this band comes together, it feels like you have been together forever. Yeah. It's so open, it's so welcoming, and the education is par none. So thank you for giving us such a great gift here in Tacoma. Yeah. And I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
When we come back after just a little bit of musical chairs, we'll have Louder Than a Bomb here in the studio. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.